What if the line between life and death was drawn not by a superhero on screen, but by one of the biggest stars in Hollywood? Today we unravel the extraordinary story of how Leonardo DiCaprio, known for his passion for environmental causes, became a real-life hero. This gripping tale of courage, quick decision-making, and love for nature will not only leave you amazed, but also inspire you to see the world and its challenges in a new light. How did one man, far from the safety of Hollywood, make such a profound impact? Stick around to find out. It was supposed to be an ordinary day for Sara Mitchell, a world-renowned wildlife photographer who had dedicated her life to documenting endangered species. Her journey had taken her to the heart of Africa's most remote landscapes, a place where nature thrived in its rawest form, untouched and unforgiving. For months, Sara had been preparing for this assignment, meticulously planning every detail. The reserve she was visiting was home to one of the largest lion prides in the region, a rare and endangered group that few had the privilege of witnessing up close. The goal? To capture a series of images that could serve as a powerful reminder of why these majestic creatures needed to be protected. The day began with excitement. The team ventured deep into the reserve, their equipment carefully packed, their spirits high. The sun rose over the horizon, casting golden hues across the savannah. It was a photographer's dream, but as the hours passed, their optimism began to wane. The group had unknowingly strayed off the designated paths in pursuit of the lions, moving further into uncharted territory. The lush beauty of the landscape concealed its dangers, and soon they found themselves surrounded by dense foliage. It was here, in this hidden corner of the reserve, that they stumbled upon the pride. At first, there was awe. The lions were breathtaking, strong, regal, and utterly commanding. Sara couldn't help but marvel at their beauty, but awe quickly turned to fear when the lions began to close in. The team had accidentally wandered too close to the pride's territory, and the animals, feeling threatened, were now displaying signs of aggression. The low growls and piercing eyes of the lions froze the team in place. Panic set in as they realized the gravity of their situation. Sara, always calm under pressure, tried to think of a solution, but the options were limited. Running would provoke the lions. Staying still could only buy them so much time. Then, as if scripted by fate, the sound of a vehicle broke through the tension. A Jeep appeared, its engine humming softly, and stepping out was none other than Leonardo DiCaprio. Sara's disbelief was almost as strong as her relief. Why was one of the world's most famous actors here, in the middle of nowhere? Leonardo wasn't on a glamorous safari or a film shoot. He was in Africa as part of his ongoing mission to protect endangered wildlife. Over the years, he had become more than just a celebrity advocate. He was deeply involved in conservation efforts, often working directly with local communities and experts. Hearing the distress call from Sara's team, Leonardo had immediately responded, knowing time was of the essence. As he approached the group, his calm demeanor stood in stark contrast to the panic around him. "Don't move," he said, his voice steady but firm. "We're going to get through this." Leonardo's experience in conservation had given him an understanding of animal behavior that few possessed. He knew the lions weren't attacking out of malice, but out of instinct to protect their territory. Using his knowledge, he began to guide the team. He instructed them to stand in a tight group and avoid making any sudden movements. Slowly, he positioned himself between the lions and the photographers, creating a barrier. His movements were deliberate, his posture assertive but non-threatening. The lions watched him intently, their muscles tense, ready to pounce. But Leonardo's presence seemed to command respect. Gradually, their aggression subsided. One by one, they began to retreat, disappearing into the tall grass. The silence that followed was deafening. The team was safe, but the adrenaline still coursed through their veins. Sara approached Leonardo, her voice trembling with gratitude. "I can't believe you just did that," she said. Leonardo smiled humbly. "It's not about being brave. It's about understanding and respecting them. We're in their home after all." But the story didn't end there. Deeply moved by the experience, Sara accepted Leonardo's invitation to collaborate on a conservation project. Together they traveled across Africa, documenting the stories of endangered species and the challenges they faced. Their work culminated in a documentary that captured the hearts of millions. Sara's photographs, paired with Leonardo's influence, brought global attention to the importance of wildlife preservation. For Sara, the encounter wasn't just a brush with danger, it was a turning point in her life. She often reflected on how a single moment of courage and compassion had not only saved her life, but also reignited her passion for making a difference. This story of Leonardo DiCaprio's bravery and Sara's resilience reminds us of the incredible power of human connection and compassion, even in the wildest of places. Heroes come in many forms, and sometimes they walk among us as actors, photographers, or even strangers. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Let us know in the comments. What's the most inspiring act of kindness you've ever witnessed? Your support helps us continue sharing these incredible stories with the world. See you in the next video.